Today's video is sponsored by FlexiSpot and their incredible adjustable standing desk. As a car guy, standing desk is an absolute must and it's going to be put to a lot of use. This is my wife's BMW X5M. We drove over 750 miles to go look at it and she had no idea I surprised her with it. When I first saw this car, I just knew it was perfect for her. Red interior, leather dash, full moonroof, a V8 twin turbo,
555 horsepower, 4.4 litre, twin turbocharged V8.
It does have its negatives, but overall, I feel like it's a perfect car for her. She loves it, but in this video, we're taking it one step higher. We're absolutely modifying it, tuning it, and making it over 600 horsepower. But there's a catch. She has no idea. She thinks I'm doing maintenance. Let's go. Yeah, that's absolutely not gonna cut it. But we can hear it does have potential. But we gotta ask the lady of the hour, how have you liked your new build?
I'm obsessed.
She's been driving it for about a week or so. We have to do some maintenance because I didn't get to do the oil change. So what we're gonna do today, we're going to do a stage 2 oil change.
Okay.
All right, so stage 2 oil change.
What? That sounds familiar.
And I'm also gonna do like a whole transmission flush. And that should be good.
But you know what would be actually like top tier? Does this type of car do like the pops?
No, sadly, there's no pops in this car, so. But it does sound pretty good with the M mode, right?
Oh, it doesn't have pops?
No, it doesn't have pops.
Okay, so I changed the pops for the moonroof.
If only you could have both. But with that being said, we need to do some maintenance. Pop this up. Obviously, this car is a hot V. So those things right there, those are the turbos. Also, these hoses right here, since there's so much heat, they usually go bad, but these hoses feel really, really good and new. So I believe this has changed. The owner also told me he did new spark plugs, new coil packs, and to make things even better, this car had the injector recall. These are the injectors that came in this motor, and version 1 through 11 of these injectors usually failed. Now the 12th revision, index 12s, are the ones that never fail and are the best for the motor. And I believe once the recall was done for this one, they were put in. And this is incredible news because these injectors, brand new, would cost over $4,000. With that being said though, we gotta start with the maintenance. It's hands down the biggest car I've ever had to jack up. Good thing I think my jack can take it. Yeah, we're good. We're looking good, boys. We're looking good, boys and girls. And if you're new here, this is my first ever M car, so it's pretty special to me. I love this thing. And it being my first M car, I didn't realize Advanced Auto Parts didn't have the oil filter, so we had to go to BMW. And let me tell you, I felt very out of place, but look how sick this display car is. Not entirely sure what it is. Looks like some type of race car, but I absolutely love it. Thankfully, they had the filter, but you know something I don't love? $36 for an oil filter. $36 for an oil filter. Now for the oil, we're not getting it at BMW. We're going to Walmart. Now this car takes a whopping 9.3 quarts of oil. Quick break. There's something really cool I want to do on this channel. If you're watching right now, I want you to comment where you're from, where you're watching this video from, and every single different country that I get, I'm buying a flag and I'm putting it on the shop. So I'm really hoping the shop is going to be filled. So if you want your flag on the shop, comment where you're from. Ooh, look at that. That's easy. That's a little bit of oil coming from the oil plug itself, and it's a little bit scraped up. But aside from that, oil filters right here. Check this out. I will never get over the size of these brakes. That's a caliper, right? Look at my hand compared to this caliper. That is insane. Wow. Donnie, do not strip it. Oh, that's hard on there. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh my gosh. Why was that so hard on there? I got this oil filter thing. I don't know if it's gonna work, but if it does, I'm gonna be very happy. Oh my gosh, it works. It does. That's awesome. Here you go. First oil change in the X5M. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. Okay, that's sick. Oh my goodness. Oh shoot, what the? Okay, what a mess. If I start up this car with no oil, things would be bad. And I believe this is actually the most oil I've ever put into a car, but V8 twin turbo, it makes sense. And these cars are actually known for burning oil, which for the year and the type of car it is, I find it completely normal. And as for the trans fluid, this is exactly what we're using. But let's hurry up because I kind of want to modify this car already. Sorry. She can't hear me though. Good. First, get the filler bolt that's on the top side of the passenger side, and the drain, it's at the very bottom. And the weird thing is, these transmissions say lifetime fluid, but I've heard that's lifetime of the warranty. Transmission fluid definitely is not lifetime, and you should absolutely change the fluid. Here we go. I mean, look how small that is. Unfortunately, we did not have enough space to use the little mechanism the bottle brought, so we pretty much had to DIY a pump to get the fluid up there. And let me tell you, it was painful. Okay, now the reason the car's fully jacked up is because we filled up the transmission, but now we need to try to put the car into gear so then we can go ahead and top off the transmission. Oh, yep, yep. It doesn't quite let me throw it into gear because it pretty much immediately sensed that the car was in the air. So look what happens. Try to throw it into gear, even in S mode. And then as soon as I let go of the brakes, it just goes right back into park. So yeah, but right now, making sure the oil level was good. Boom, oil level, okay. But did you notice why it didn't let me go into gear? Well, the e-brake is on. That's exactly why. So after I took it off, it finally worked. Now for refilling the transmission, there is a specific procedure. I believe it's 15 seconds in first gear, second gear, up to third gear if you can, and then in reverse. The fluid needs to go into the torque converter and just go everywhere in the transmission. But if the transmission gets a little up to temperature, the fluid expands and then you cannot refill it, it'll just spill out. Now it is time for the fun part. As you guys know, Christopher loves loud crackles, pops, and loud exhaust. Here we have the exhaust that's going on the X5M behind me. Aside from the downpipes, you also got something called an X-pipe. This doesn't really mess with how loud the car is, but it does change the sound drastically. But the missing massive thing for the exhaust is a package from Valvetronic. Jeez. Look at that big boy right there. Massive thank you to Valvetronic for being a sponsor of this build. I've been following this company for years. You guys know they make the most insane exhaust systems for exotics, BMWs, pretty much everything. And well, here we go. Look at that. Let's go, baby. Massive thank you to Valvetronic. I'm gonna leave everything in the description. Get closer like this. Ho, 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 ho. And everything is controlled with this little remote. Obviously, open the flaps and you close the flaps. This is as good as it gets right here, y'all. That's so sick. Oh my gosh. Carbon fiber tips, quality, sexiness, whole lot of sexiness. But stay until the very end of the video because we're giving away this whole Valvetronic universal dual tip muffler setup. Yes, you'll see why, but for now, continue to sit back, eat, drink something, and enjoy today's video. But this car is so hot, we had to cool it down with a fan before we even try to start working on it. Now, unfortunately for me, I found that after doing some research, doing downpipes on this car is by far one of the hardest downpipe installs you're ever gonna do. So let's go. There's a whole journey ahead of us. Let's face it, I'm not the tallest person, so in getting back here, I literally can't. I'm gonna have to grab a ladder. But I think to make things a little bit easier, I'm gonna jack up the car a little bit from behind. Okay, not great, but much better. I believe the first thing we're gonna do is start by taking out this heat shield and then pretty much go from there. Disconnect the O2 sensor. The only downpipes I've ever done on a BMW is pretty much a 335i, which is completely different than this car. So that gives you a good idea where I'm coming from. Ow! Secondary O2 sensor. And another thing, I really hope I got the correct downpipes from BRSF because there's actually two versions for the X5M. You have a 2-bolt and you have a flange. This is probably the most confusing platform I've ever worked on, but I'm just hoping that we got the right part. Even though things were a little tight around the turbos and the engine bay, it wasn't impossible to get to. We pretty much just have to free up the downpipes, and that means get everything out of the way so they can come out through the top. It is such a mess, but here we go. Boom. And in case you haven't noticed, we're not really doing a cold air intake, and here's the reason. I mean, this is the whole air box that the car comes with out of factory, and the engineering is just plain genius. It is a true cold air intake. Air comes into here, through the scoops, the air box, and right into the engine. It really does not get any more cold air than this. And by doing an exhaust and just turning up the boost, you're gonna see how insane this machine's gonna be by the end of this video. But one thing you're gonna find, this car is filled with little E-sockets. It's what's pretty much holding the whole heat shield onto the turbos. And I'm really praying I'm able to reuse this heat shield because this engine already runs so hot, I cannot imagine running this car without its heat shield. Well, everything has to not go great. So right now, this is where we're at. The final bolt for the shield, completely stripped. So now we gotta tackle this a different way. Plan is to pretty much try and hammer in a smaller socket, and hopefully it lets us do the thing. Yeah, let's just say things weren't according to plan. But for now, let's go ahead and move on into taking out the O2 sensors because those have to come out for the heat shield that's holding in the downpipe to come out as well. And I realized I don't have an O2 sensor socket. After spending thousands and thousands and thousands on AutoZone, I had 20 bucks on the account. So this was free. See, the day's not going so bad after all. Good things are happening, and I'm here for it. Obviously, this shield would fully come off if it wasn't for the bolt back there. So now we gotta figure that out. I have an idea. All right, there we go. Oh, come on. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And I do plan on putting this back on if it's doable. And now you can really see the downpipes down there. Look at that. Wow. How about we install an adjustable yet the sturdiest desk you can possibly get? Here's thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. This desk took less than 30 minutes to install. It was the easiest thing ever, and it is the perfect addition to the garage. As you guys know, I have a $20 Walmart desk. It's time to upgrade. This is not only a standing desk, but since it's adjustable, it can also be a sitting desk. And you're probably wondering, wait, why do I need that? Well, this desk actually holds up to 540 pounds. We can put on here heavy tools, transmissions, and so many more things. This thing is an actual dream of a desk. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna literally touch the ceiling. Look at this. This is insane. I'm still going. How high does this go? I'm scared. And obviously, you can guess what my favorite part is. If I want to stand up, I can put the desk up. If I want to sit down, well, I can easily sit down. It's literally the perfect practical desk. Everybody should have at their warehouse or garage. This E7 Plus desk is literally built like a tank and has a 15-year warranty. Plus, they offer a 30-day risk-free return service, which gives you peace of mind when investing in something like this. If you're in need of a sturdy, adjustable desk for your workplace, FlexiSpot has got you covered. Where it is for an office, or a garage, or a warehouse, their ergonomic desk, especially like the E7 Plus, is designed to meet your needs. I'll meet you guys up there. So do not forget, check out FlexiSpot at flexispot.com, and the link in the description, it's up on the screen. They have an incredible fall sale going on right now with up to 50% off. And if you want an extra $50 off the E7 Plus, the E7 Pro, and the E7L, use the code that's on the screen right now. I'm telling you, these things are beast. Thank you to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the video. What a lot of people do is they grab a pry bar, a hammer, and they gut out the cats. But I think with a car like this, we made the right choice going straight just downpipes. Yeah, my one advice when you're doing this, use a ton of penetrating fluid before even touching anything, because it helps a ton, and you're not gonna be stripping bolts left and right like I'm doing right here. After taking out the V-band clamps from the top, we had to take out the crank vent plastic hose that goes to the top of the valve cover, and then a top bracket from the turbo, and then that pretty much frees up everything up top. Now we get under the car, because I think we're done with the top side, and even if we're not, I think if we get under the car, we're gonna get a good look as to what else we have to disconnect. But this thing is so massive. This is about to be a tight fit, but here we go. Hopefully I can find exactly what we have to disconnect. That's the exhaust, and if you come down here, boom, there is the downpipe that we have to take off. And as far as I can see, those are the studs. Oh boy, I think now is when things get a little interesting. And just when I thought things were bad, look at the driver's side. You have a drive shaft going to the front of the car, and then you have transmission cooler lines wrapping around the downpipe. I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I'm scared. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna start with the quote-unquote easier side, the passenger side. There's one heat shield bolt at the very bottom, like I said, another E socket. Then you have the 10mm bolts holding the downpipe to the rest of the exhaust, which thankfully we were able to get to with a swivel socket. And then it's the driver's side. Look at this monstrosity. We had to get almost every extension possible and every swivel socket possible to get in there, and thankfully we were actually able to get the bolts. And with the pry bar, we were prying up the downpipe. Okay, so I pretty much got all the bolts, but there's one big issue. Look at this. They're still on there, and I just don't know why. The only thing I'm thinking is I'm either forgetting to take out a bolt that's under this heat shielding right there, but it kind of should be. They're a little bit loose, but like not really. So that's where we're at right now. I found that issue. So really funny, but check this out. These downpipes have a bracket. As you can see, I got this bolt, but this second bolt is hiding under the heat shield. It was like that. Now I can actually see it, but that's why you pretty much got to take the heat shielding off. So we should be able to take out that bolt. I still got to take out this one, and then the second one under there, which I don't know why one's exposed and the other was covered by the heat shield. That's kind of a weird design, but either way, downpipes should come off in the next couple seconds when I take those off. Also, the whole time I've been working on top of a chair. That's what happens when you're doing downpipes on an SUV, that it's a hot V. The turbos are up top, but let's get these bad boys off. Normally you want to take one at a time, but since I stripped both middle bolts, they gotta come out together. Woo! Let's go. And now we get a good look at the two bolts that I stripped. I literally stripped the two easiest bolts to get to, the middle ones. Should be the last thing holding on the downpipe. Yes. There we go. Yes. Yes. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's go. I would start it, but this thing would give me like 20,000 check engine lights. Wow, look at that, all the way down there. That's sick. When's the last time you had to lay on top of your motor to take out downpipes? It's probably not a very common thing, huh? This is so tight. That's what she said. Yo, I'm dead. I know stealing catalytic converters is a massive thing nowadays. If you've ever dealt with this issue, buy an X5M. Trust me, no one's ever gonna steal your catalytic converters. And what would you look at that? Doing the driver's side downpipes is worse than doing an engine swap. But out with the old and stuffy, look at that. And in with the new and straight through. But now that those things out of the way, we gotta go ahead and stop.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
I need my car.
I'm not done yet.
What are you doing?
Just maintenance.
Just maintenance?
Yeah. Just don't look at what's on the table or anything. Everything's just maintenance. Like I'm cleaning out the cats. These things have to be serviced every 10 years, and this car's actually 12 years old, and I need to clean it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I use it later?
Yeah, you can use it later, honey. All right, love you. Okay. God, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. I mean, she definitely knows I'm up to something. But in the bright side, she doesn't know exactly what I'm up to or how it's gonna sound like, so that's good. Also, I do think I'm gonna get a check engine light, but after the tune, it should go away. Got the primaries, and then we got the secondaries. I feel like this is gonna be much easier to put back on. Oh yeah. Okay, first side is sort of in. I still have to tighten everything down, and as you saw, we used the long bolts at the bottom to really clamp down the downpipe to the bracket. So we do have to go ahead and take out those long bolts and put these little ones in, but I think that side should be done. And I am praying that this side goes better because there's even less space on this side. Also, I've never been in the engine bay of a car so much in my life. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even want to go down. There's simply just no room to get the downpipe into the bracket that meets the exhaust, let alone putting the bolt from the top and the nuts through the bottom. I'm hoping by taking off more shielding and just creating a little more space, we can get in there, including taking out the drive shaft or disconnecting it so we have a little more space. But then I sort of realized an issue. Everyone that does downpipes on these earlier model X5Ms gets the bolts welded to the downpipe. So then you just have to slide it in and get the nut from the bottom. And whoop, we absolutely did not do that. Well, it's one of those nights where I feel like a complete failure. I mean, the driver's side is the hard part, and I really messed up by not getting those studs or those bolts welded onto the downpipes. Even though I wasn't able to sleep all night, I did think of something. Instead of trying to slide in the bolt from the bottom of the car, why don't we try from the top of the car? Unfortunately, we needed help from the one person I didn't want to know what was going on. Yeah, thankfully, there wasn't a lot of questions, and we were actually able to do it. Okay, this beast is going to be loud. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. So now is the fun part, and it is time to put everything back together. But I figured since everything's pretty much apart, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the engine bay. This is what it's looking like right now. I mean, as you guys can see, it's dirty and all that. I'm gonna try my best to just clean it with random things I have around. This is a plastic restore, so we're gonna use this on the plastics and everything once it's clean. But I think I'm just gonna pretty much use soap and water and a little rag. And let's see how far it takes us. Man, even though it's been pretty tough, I just cannot wait to see Crystal's reaction when we start up for the first time and she sees that it's modified. And check out the intake filters. They're so old, it literally looks like they have never been changed. So we're gonna do a nice wash for now, and they should be okay temporarily until the new ones come in. Okay, so I don't know if a lot of people do this, but I'm very proud of it. I was able to put back all the OEM shielding, and I mean, that's pretty good. It was really hard to tighten down the bolts, but I mean, this shield is on, the base shield is on. Obviously, we couldn't put the ones on the downpipes, but that's okay. I'm just really trying to keep this engine bay as cool as possible. I know I didn't wrap the downpipes, but I mean, that should be okay. Check this out. 2013. Are you kidding me? For now, I'm gonna put them back on. The new one should be here in a couple days. I'm not sure if it means they were put on in 2013 or if they were made in 2013. Either way, I don't believe these filters have ever been changed. And man, look how nice and clean this engine bay looks. We are currently in the craziest circumstances I've ever had to deal with when working on a car, even tuning a car. Right now, we're in the middle of a hurricane.
This morning, a monster storm unleashing its fury overnight on Florida's Gulf Coast. Hurricane Helene.
Neighbors are, for some reason, mowing the lawn. We have had electricity for like 8 hours. And in my hand, we have Christabel's school laptop, which we're gonna try to tune the car. So to tune this car, it is quite different from my regular 335i. We have to have a laptop and use a program called Simon 4. And we're also getting tuned by Active AutoWorks. We should have a stage 2 plus tune. 1, 2. Oh, and I forgot the best part of all, we're also using Christabel's phone. That's a hot spot. Click back up and read full to DME read. Okay. Identify. Why is it doing that? But of course, nothing ever comes easy. We kept getting an error, and this laptop is literally at 8% battery. Flashing a car takes a very long time. And since we can't charge the laptop because we don't have electricity, Christabel decided to go to Starbucks So I went along with her to pretty much charge every device I can think of. And finally, we were able to figure it out. The issue was we just had to run the program as administrator. But of course, you can't know exactly what I'm doing. So I had to act a little casual. Here we go. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get this done. Now it should work. It should work now. Boom. And then when we click identify, ladies and gentlemen, we finally got it. Back up. Or you can take an hour. Never mind, we can't do this. We literally can't do this, so the car's gonna run out of battery. It needs to be connected. When the car's being flashed, it needs to be connected to a battery tender / charger. So for now, let's do other things while we wait for electricity to come back. Well, would you look at that? These filters say 2022 on them. Wow, so that probably means these are the original filters that came in the car. 2013, 2022. Very happy we're doing this. And that should go right in. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is currently early in the morning, 7:53, almost 8 a.m. Hurricane just went by yesterday. No places are open that can help us fap up this Valvetronic exhaust. So we're driving 1.5 hours away to Miami, and I am praying we can find a shop that can put this on for us. Off to Miami, praying we can find someone that can install this, and I'm really praying we can throw the tune on the car. 1.5 hours later, we made it to a spot that's really cool. It's a pretty viral spot on Instagram, and the fact that they're only 1.5 hours away. And that spot is G Exhaust. How cool is that? If you're wondering what happened to the BMW logo, while driving through the hurricane wind, it actually flew off. But unfortunately, I might have driven 1.5 hours for no reason. Huh?
For like a Mustang, right?
It says Universal on.
Dude, those are extremely tight, dude. So like where you need them, you need to be like here.
Yeah.
And as you can see where that could fit flush. So like, dude, we're gonna be up in this area right here, where this inlet's gonna be.
Yeah, it's tight for sure. Well, the mufflers seem to be a little too long for the car. But even though these are not gonna work, we're still gonna do something very, very cool. G Exhaust gonna hook it up. We're doing some mufflers on the car, some vibrant mufflers, and we're also still doing the X5. So this thing's gonna sound amazing. I'm not gonna lie, it feels really weird just chopping off the muffler for the X5M, but fingers crossed, since we're putting on vibrant mufflers, it'll still sound really good and not extremely loud. And of course, the best for last, some clean carbon fiber tips. But man, we really need to learn how to weld. That's for sure. We're in Miami, so we had to come to the all famous Hard Rock Casino. As you can see, the guitars in the back. But man, we freaking did it. Exhaust looks amazing. The tips look incredible. I'm very happy with that. But a few revs, right? A few revs. It is perfect for Cristobal. So, that being said, we need her reaction too. Obviously though, we're not done. Well, that brings us to a parking garage. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done right here. Oh man. I think the ECU is about to be flashed, and then we can download the file and send it to the tuner. Here we go. Yes! So we sent it off to the tuner, and I'm hoping by the time we get home, he gets back to us and we can flash on the new tune and the surprise Cristobal. Check it out, we got the tune just in time. Yes! I cannot believe we actually pulled this off. Yes! And after 30 minutes, it is finally flashed and ready to surprise its owner. Here we go. All right, time for your first test drive. Just want you to drive it. Let me know if everything's good.
Okay.
Let's go. Hot here in Florida, y'all. All right, all the maintenance was done in your car. And a little bit more, as you saw. Start up. Yo, that. Look at the exhaust tips too.
That looks so good.
Man, that cold start was epic. All right, let's go. Put it in drive, girl. Let's go. Okay, obviously we didn't just do an oil change. We did do an oil change though, maintenance first, but here's what we did. We did downpipes. I mean, what you were helping me with that I was struggling with, and it just sucked. Those were downpipes. I went to Miami.
Okay.
But you don't know why I went to Miami. I went to Miami to do an exhaust job to get the exhaust done for the car. So we got rid of the separated pipes and we did something called an X pipe. It makes the car not raspy. It sounds just right. I mean, I absolutely love it. And then we got rid of the big mufflers.
Right.
And we put little mufflers in and we did the carbon exhaust tips. And then best for last, we got a stage 2, not oil change, tune. And this car should be a lot faster. Now we have no check engine light for the downpipes. So there, that's all we did. This thing was insane. As you know, we went through the whole hurricane. So getting this video done through all that, while you not knowing really exactly what I was doing, was very difficult. Oh my God. As we know, Crystal doesn't really like gunning it, but downshift to second, just touch her a little bit. Third, second. All right, go for it. So this car with a stage 2 plus, I think we went from 550 to over 600 wheel horsepower. Either way, I emailed the tuner because I want an exact number. It's the weekend right now, he's not gonna get back to us, but man, this thing is so sick. What do you think?
I am obsessed.
But I'm not gonna lie, putting those downpipes in.
Wow. Oh my gosh. The carbon fiber. Ah! Look at that. Oh my gosh. I heard a pop.
Did you hear what I heard?
I heard it.
What did you hear? That's awesome. That is so awesome. Was it a success?
A success.
Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Can't believe we went through all that and we finally came with the W in the end. I told you to stay to the end because we're doing something big. Check it out. The Valvetronic unit that you saw we couldn't put on this car, we, thanks to our friends over at Valvetronic, are giving it away. Yes, we're doing a giveaway with that whole setup. You get the 2 dual muffler to the quad tips and the carbon fiber quad tips. I can't use it and I don't want to leave it there until I can use it, so I'm giving it to you guys. And this is how you enter. Go to the Valvetronic YouTube channel and comment on their latest video. Comment W Valvetronic with your Instagram, or if you don't have an Instagram, put your email so I can contact you. Subscribe to Valvetronic, and that's pretty much how you get entered. And then a week from today, I think, or 2 weeks, I'm gonna announce the giveaway winner. You're getting the exact exhaust I was touching. In case you're into that, it's a little weird though. But that's the one you're getting. I'm gonna ship it out myself, at my expense. I love y'all. Enjoy, and well, you also gotta leave a like on this video.